In Chapter 1.3, we're going to be evaluating expressions. Evaluating expressions. Okay, I'm going to abbreviate a lot of comment. I like to use a lot of shortcuts, so I'm going to abbreviate evaluating to evaluate algebraic expressions. Remember, algebraic means it has variables in it. If it was numerical, it would have only numbers in it. To evaluate algebraic expressions, here's what we need to do. Our first step is to replace the variable. Replace a variable with a number, or the number they gave us. Replace a variable with a number. Now, another word instead of replace is substitute. Substitute. Substitute variable with a number. So you'll hear that a lot. And our last step is to use order of operations. Again, I'm going to abbreviate. We spent 2 days on this. Use order of operations. We're going to use that to simplify. Simplify means to reduce it down to find the answer. Okay, so here's what we're talking about. Number one, we have an algebraic expression. It's algebraic because there's a variable in there, variable y. And what we're going to do is we're going to take a value and plug it in, or substitute. So underneath it, I am going to put a y. For y, I'm going to put the number 5. Now, this is not 45. This is 4 times 5, because this is 4 times y. So this is 4 times 5. And 4 times 5, that's 20. Bring down the minus 6, and 20 minus 6 is 14. So all I did is I took this number, plugged it in for the variable, and then simplify using order of operations. I did multiplying before subtracting. Number 2, I have 4 times quantity x plus 2. And this is just a semicolon, just separating it, and x is equal to 6. We want to know what happens if x is 6, what will the value be of this algebraic expression? So I'm going to take 6, and I'm going to plug it in there for the x. So I'm just going to bring everything else down. And if I put a 6 where that x is, I have that. So I'm going to work inside the parentheses first. 6 plus 2. 6 plus 2 is 8. Bring down the 4. So now it's 4 times 8. 4 times 8 is 32. So if x is 6, this whole thing is 32. Okay, so I have 3 times a times b. What I'm going to do is I'm going to substitute these numbers in for those variables. So I have a 3 here. Then a is 2, so I'll just put a 2 there. And b is 5, so I'll put a 5 there. Plus c is 10, so I'll put a 10. And then I'll divide by 2. Okay, so I just substituted each variable with these numbers. Why did I do that? Because it told me to. Okay, so now I'll go ahead and I'll multiply this out. I have 3 times 2. 3 times 2 is 6. And I'll bring the rest down. Oh, I can do this one. 10 divided by 2. 10 divided by 2 is 5. So now I have times and I have plus. I'll do the times first. 6 times 5, that's 30. And 30 plus 5 is 35. Okay, number 4. We have 2xy. That means 2 times x times y. Minus, now this is a z. You know it's a z because I put a line through it. This way it doesn't look like a number 2. And x is 4, y is 3, and z is 1. So plug those numbers in for those variables. So x is 4. And I like to use parentheses to separate them because it's 2 times 4. Then I have 3 for y. And again, it's times. And I have minus, and z is 1. So minus 1. Okay, so I'll do multiplying first, going left to right. 2 times 4, that's 8. I'll bring the rest down. So I have times 3, minus 1. 8 times 3, that's 24, minus 1. 24 minus 1 is 23. Okay, number 5, we have 5 times quantity g plus h. G is 3 and h is 4. So I'll plug those numbers in. 3 for g and 4 for h. I'm going to do what's inside the quantities first. 3 plus 4. 3 and 4 is 7 times 5. 5 times 7 is 35. Okay, on number 6, we have r is 4, x is 6, all divided by 2. So I'll plug 4 for r, I'll plug 6 for x, and I'll total those out. Well, 6 and 4, I like going sideways here. 6 and 4 is 10 divided by 2. And 10 divided by 2, 2 goes into 10 5 times.